Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is Brandon back again with Critical Failure. As you can see, I have a little bit of a different setup. I'm using my current setup to basically record with my phone so I can get proper internet in the house. I cannot actually upload through my laptop, so kind of down and out at the moment on that, but I have gotten things figured out. So now getting into the actually meat and potatoes of the video today. We are on the encounters with the Kinnara. So like I said, I was going to look it up and figure out what it was. I said it was probably Philippines or from the Philippines. I was extremely wrong. It is from Hindu mythology. It is very close to what it actually says in D&D. It says it's half human, half bird. It's actually part human, part horse, and part bird, which really kind of confused me. And it's very similar to what it basically was in D&D. So I leave that up to you to what you want to do. I only looked as far as like a Wikipedia page. I wasn't going to go into deep like depths into that because I just want to know where it was from, not necessarily what it did. But let's get you some homebrew stuff first. For this one, I would give it some sort of dive technique with its leg claws because I have to specify that it doesn't have like arms like the Aarakocra dude where they have claws. It is specifically its legs. So it has a claw attack with its feet to where it can like snag any small or smaller creature and kind of drag it away. I would say probably tiny creatures specifically. That way it's not weighed down exponentially. So it can take tiny creatures and kind of fly off with them. Depends on what you want to use for that DC. I would say probably strength or dexterity at first and then a strength save afterwards. Another thing that you can do is give it a bardic inspiration die, basically. Utilize that so once a day or 3 times a day it can give all celestial beings within 30 feet or 120 depending on how you want to run it. I'm going to say 30 feet bardic inspiration die. That would be really cool because this thing is basically a bard and a bard. I forgot the word, but basically it just like oversees bards and it helps them along. So that's one thing it can do. I would say it'd probably be like a second level caster of the bard tree. So you can cast up to second level spells in that one. I really wish I could get that because I have the cleric and paladin spells, but I don't have that. Like my purple Office Depot binder is currently right now full of all the magic cards that I have of the Xanathar's Guide, the cleric spell list, and the paladin spell list. So it's just a core one so far besides Xanathar's. Another thing that you could do is basically do a very similar attack to the distant refrain that you heard in the video for the Kinnara, but have it as a normal attack instead of it like doing stuff to like frighten. It just deals damage. I would say it. You can call it things like Bard's Spite or something like that. Whatever you want to do it. Basically, it does the exact same thing, but without the effect onto it. Fighting this thing kind of would be very similar. In the water, I feel like it'd be kind of like nearby because I don't think that you can hear music very well in the D&D universe unless it's amplified. So I'm imagining this thing would have to be like within 10 feet flying space. Kind of depends on how you run it. I would say 15 feet at max, to where it can fly around and still be able to. I mean, it is an angel, so 15 feet flying above the enemies to really give it a wide berth of normal melee weapon attacks, but still be able to give like the inspiration and stuff like that. Now, the attacks are within 5 feet that this has, and the short bow, of course, isn't, but I don't imagine this thing really not using its, sorry, my dad's also texting me, so it's like really throwing me off. I'm on a one-track mind right now. But I don't see this thing really going into melee combat. I specifically see this thing doing ranged combat with the short bow or using its musical ability to destroy. Another thing that it could do is if it's a creature, there's creatures of the opposite sex, same sex, however you want to roll it as a DM. A creature has to make a charm saving throw against an ally of the Kinnara. So basically what happens is there's an enemy and there's an ally. That enemy is charmed to that ally. Say it's the Eye of the Gods, right? The Eye of the Gods is attacking, say, a random human, right? Just for shits and giggles, we'll say that. And the Kinnara uses on that human one of its abilities to infatuate it to the Eye of the Gods. That way it has disadvantage on the attacks. It doesn't want to attack it and stuff like that. And I think that'd be a really cool way to really do it, because with music you can do a lot. And this is basically a version of Cupid in my opinion. So why can't it do it? In the air, I just see this thing kind of like trying to charm the driver of the Spelljammer ship if you're using a Spelljammer ship. That way he can convince the said person to drop down. Now the female would probably be trying to hold back the attackers to avoid having even further conflict in terms of just landing the ship and letting the other angels and stuff like that do the dirty work. I don't imagine these Kinnara actually getting their hands really, really dirty. These, in my opinion, are just specifically for role-playing to help bards and kind of push things along in terms of the music theater level. So that's just me. I don't really have much. Last night I just slept a lot. I don't know why. And so I woke up very disoriented today on several occasions. But that's what I have for the Kinnara, to be honest. And I'm looking at the stats right here on my lap, so that's why I'm looking down. But in my opinion, the Kinnara is really fucking cool. Sorry for dropping that, did not mean that. But the Kinnara is really cool. And I would say if you're trying to really get something out of this, keep it as like a kind of background, like hiding type of thing. If you have a bard, say like you're somehow like have a bard character and the bard sitting there and like he's running some really bad rolls during a performance check that he really needs to nail, you can give him like advantage all of a sudden without him knowing that there's a Kinnara around, and the Kinnara are going to aid him in, one's going to be trying to perform something in the background, like say to cast invisibility, right? Even though it's not a second level bard spell. I don't think it is. I think it's third or fourth level. I'm not sure, but it knows invisibility on itself, so at will. Say it can do that and charm the people in the audience, and the Kinnara can help, or the second Kinnara can help the bard really focus on his or her abilities to really win that crowd over with the aid of both Kinnara. So that's one thing that I would run that as. That'd be really cool. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm sorry for this video being like really spaced out. I'm having really bad times concentrating on everything. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe as I bring you more D&D content in the future. Hopefully Ed can get his ass in gear and get some videos done, but nothing I can really do on that currently. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if there's anything that you would like to argue with or give us like genuine advice or something like that, or even tell us something that the Kinnara could do that I didn't think about. And yeah, that's it. This is Critical Failure. I'm Brendan Wood. See you guys in the next video.